Hello, people. Today we're going to talk about activity tracking running GPS watches type thingy-jigs. So, as you can see here, I've got a TomTom runner. Now, this isn't going to be well, it's kind of a review of the TomTom runner, but it's not. I'm not really trying to do a hardcore in-depth review of this watch for this video. I'm more interested in talking about the benefits of using a fitness tracking watch, the pros and cons. But I will talk about this particular watch because it was my first fitness watch, and I think it's actually a decent watch. So let's just quickly go over some of the technical details of this watch. So as you can see, it is a watch with a strap. So fitness watches, maybe you've not used a fitness watch before and thinking of getting one. It's pretty much the same as a normal watch. It's got a screen, a strap that you can put on, and it's got a sensor here built into the case that allows you to, or allows it to pick up your heart rate. Okay, so inside this box we have a charger. So this would just go into into the back of your computer or any device, any USB charging device, and then you would simply to charge the device up or download the data from it. It would just literally fit on like that, and that would then charge your watch and download, your workout and what you've done. So yeah, that's it really. So let's move this rather boring cable out of the way, and let's have a look at it. So I am just going to do a very quick overview of this watch before we go into the benefits of activity trackers. So this watch is a couple of years old now. It's been a good watch to me, actually. I would say that the main benefit of it is obviously the GPS tracking feature, which allows you to, as you're running along real time, to see exactly how far you're running. Obviously, that's really helpful if you're really into your running. And actually, if you're not a hardcore runner, it's still really good because when I was getting back into running, I found it really helpful to be able to look at my screen and it would say on there, you've ran 3.6 miles. And I'd be like, right, okay, I've done 3.6 miles. I am not going to go home until I've done 4 miles. So I found that really good motivation in its own right. Just having that, it's like, I found it would really annoy me to finish a run on like 3.9 miles. I would just keep going that bit more, and then it would help me build up. And then the next time I go, right, I'm going to do 4.5 miles, and then 5 miles, and then 6 miles, 8 miles. So to me, these watches are not only good for professional runners who are training all the time, or serious club runners. They're good for people that are into weight loss as well. And obviously it has all the usual features of a watch. Unfortunately, this is not charged up, so I can't actually show you the screen, but it has a stopwatch. It tells you the time. Obviously, it which shows you how far you've ran in meters or yards, miles or kilometers, however you want to do it. And it saves your workouts as well. And it is very easy to use. You literally put it on, turn it on, press the button twice on the side here, and it makes a beep and you start running. And when you finished your workout, you just press the button again to tell it you finished, and it saves that that record of your run. And then literally just plug it into your computer with the cable I showed you, download it, and it will bring up on the screen a really nifty bit of software that will just show you, your average time, where you struggled, where you were running quickly, everything you could really, want to know about your run. Also tracks your heart rate, so it's really important if you're serious, you want to keep in a certain training zone. You might want to run at a fat burning level, under sort of 140 BPM, or if you want to really do a hardcore anaerobic cardio blast, you can obviously push it past 150 or 60, however, whatever is your range that you've decided you want to keep your heart rate at for a period. So that's really good. There are some issues with these types of watch, though, and I would say one of the things, there's probably three main issues, I'd say. Probably the first one, the most annoying one, is that I found that it was just crying out for an MP3 player. I know they make them with an MP3 player now, but this particular one doesn't have it, and I found I had to carry my phone. So my advice is, if you're going to get a smartwatch, get one with a built-in MP3 player if you like to listen to music, podcasts or whatever. It saves you having to carry your phone around. I think it's worth the extra. The second thing is the size. It's quite bulky. I wouldn't really see that, somebody with small wrists might struggle to wear this and might find it a bit annoying. And that brings me on to the third thing, is the fact that if you're going to wear it, it's trying to be fashionable. It looks quite funky. I found myself sort of leaving mine on because it's, and then I would realise that, it doesn't actually hold a charge for like more than 2 or 3 days. So then I would, suddenly find myself looking at a blank screen like this, because I hadn't charged it up, which is a bit annoying. And I know that's obvious because it's not meant to be a watch, but it's just one of those things. You sort of want to have the holy grail, like a watch which can track do all the things I've just said, and be waterproof, and have a battery that lasts forever, which is probably not going to happen at the moment. Probably in 5 years' time there'll be something like that, or 10 years' time, but not for this particular model. So my advice is probably A, get one with a MP3 player built in. B, probably get a slimmer line version. If you're a woman, you might find it a bit annoying. And C, get the one with the best battery life on it, so you haven't got to keep charging it up. And this one costs about £100. There are cheaper ones. I would say £100 is around that figure, is what you're going to have to spend if you're going to want to get a decent model. But you can get cheaper ones. You can get ones for £20, £100, but $120 at the moment. So yeah, all in all, I would say a watch like this is definitely an aid to your training and your fitness, and it's useful. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, you don't have to have one. It is a bit of a fad that was around about 2 years ago, and I think we're slowly coming out of it. I mean, I think people still want them, but every man and his dog was buying one of these, and I think they're only going to continue to be popular and probably get better, thinner. Like I say, you can get ones that you can connect with your phone and will show you messages on, but I think for me, the purity of training and going out for a run, and it is that what's great is to leave all that behind, and you just got your watch and some music. You don't need anything else really. And I like to leave my phone behind. I don't want to have to carry that device around everywhere. So so I hope you enjoyed this review. Any comments or questions, please leave them on YouTube. Thank you.